We're starting. Eleanor.
I gotta do. I gotta
Eleanor,
get
we're connected. It's a professional show here, Eleanor. What are you doing? You're hocking me Chinaco here. Ladies and gentlemen, fabulous Eleanor Kerrigan. Right there. Jay.
I gotta get iced tea. I'm not ready.
Well, don't get ready. You're a diva. Yeah, I got coffee. Let's hang out.
I'm not a diva.
You can be a diva.
I'm not tech savvy.
You're angry.
Forehead.
You look good. Look beautiful.
The anger is at such a heightened level right now. Is this a non-cursing podcast? Is this one of those I got to be PG too?
You know what? No, I don't want you PG. I want you to curse. I want you to say to me that Stefan, you're an idiot.
Stefan, you're not an idiot. I'm a fucking idiot because I don't know how to download Firefox, Chrome, your sister's ass, whatever they want you to download.
My sister's ass.
Every 5 fucking minutes. Sorry about the forehead, but I can't help it.
I have a forehead, but my hair goes. That's why I wear a bandana. I rip off Brett Michaels. I used to have hair. You know, back in the day, I had hair.
Yeah, just look at this part. I'm not. That's
what are you
too
doing?
close.
Fix the light. At least you look better than Earl Skako when he comes on here. You got to see what that guy's like.
Oh, Earl's frightening. With all that money, he should have fucking lighting.
Why is he the cheapest, richest man you'll know?
Because he's a Kennedy. They're schmucks.
Right? But what's with Earl? His face is like bigger than his penis.
Earl's the best.
That looks good. Hold on.
Pretty big. I don't know. I've seen I have a lot of Earl dick pics. I gotta be honest.
Do you really?
Yeah, Earl has a good.
He has a good package.
Good package, if you will.
Really?
I used to send them to my ex as a goof.
Come on.
He loved it. He knew it was Earl, but it was just all big goof. Anything to. I'm not even ready. I may have something in my tooth.
You know, it's funny you just Eleanor. Stop it.
Do I?
No, do I? I was just eating a tuna burrito. I gained weight, Eleanor. You're in shape. How do you do it?
Tuna burrito? Who captured you? Tuna burrito. What's that?
It's called a wrap, but hold on. It's called a wrap, but I call it a burrito. Because a wrap and a burrito are the same thing.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, technically they use the same thing, but a wrap is very white. It's very uncomfortable.
No,
I have a lot of Mexican friends. They would take your life for that.
A wrap and a burrito are the same. Is a tortilla on a wrap?
Tortilla is like how was that? Tortilla. I sleep with one Mexican. Tortilla.
You got the mambo.
Hey, papi, mi culo. I don't know. This lighting is bad. It looks shiny, huh?
Fix your lighting. Fix your wig. Get your life together.
I don't think I'll be able to get my life together. This podcast isn't long enough.
No, usually I don't know what the hell I'm doing here. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to introduce to my friend Eleanor. She is fabulous. You look good. You look beautiful. Fix the light. Keep fixing it till you get it right. I'll talk. I don't
know how to.
I'm Jewish. I could cover you. Don't trust me. I'm Jew.
How's that? Meanwhile, I just looked in it and I blinded.
Let's ask the people in the audience now. Eleanor, before everybody here in the audience,
who's here? Who's in the audience?
I got people in the comments, and I got my producer from Oz working there. But I'm not supposed to say his name because I took him from somebody else. Now I'm not going to say his name, but my buddy. I can't even say it. I don't care.
Here's this brand new computer. You know what it is? Trash.
No, it's not. Trash. Look at this. The women love you. Look at this. Look at this. The Colonel says hello to Josette. Josette says hi to Eleanor.
Go scratch your ass with this stupid thing.
Okay,
let's talk. My father owned a typewriter store. We're bringing it back. Let's
talk about the computer. Why are you so angry this afternoon?
Because nothing works. You gotta fucking download this. I can't do that. I guess I'm too old for this generation. What do the comments say?
That's Mitch Weissman. Eleanor, you're so right. Mitch Weissman played Paul McCartney.
Thanks, Mitch.
He's a good guy.
Ridiculous. I mean, this is a frisbee. This is a frisbee that could possibly take someone's life if I threw it nice enough out my second-story window.
Remember the Broadway show Beatlemania?
Of course.
That's the guy who played Paul McCartney.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I love the Beatles. I got more into them later, but like as a kid, of course, I don't think I was into them, but My best friend, my really good friend Don Myrera, is like a Beatle kook, if you will.
Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah.
Saying hi to you. See, Zoom doesn't do
Hi.
this. Steve, Robbie, Detroit, beautiful Eleanor. Look at this.
What's up, Detroit?
Robbie,
What's
you know what?
Detroit?
Check it out. You complain that Zoom is the shit. This is the shit. What I use.
I'm not. I'm saying Zoom.
Look
is
what I
the
could do. Want me to show you
fucking
magic?
fuck.
I'm professional. Watch this. Look at Ellen, how pretty she is. Look at her.
Oh God.
Look how
Oh,
pretty.
shit, look at my kitchen. this is why I'm not allowed out. I shouldn't be on. It's just a dirty tampon. I'm sorry.
Wait,
I'm just not good.
You know
I'm
what?
just not good at life, guys.
This is good. This is cribs.
I'm sorry.
Eleanor, today's that day. What's in your cabinet?
Which one? Wait, I'll get this. This is my favorite.
What do you got going on there, Eleanor?
Take that, bitches.
Oh, Eleanor, that is so cool.
Rocky 3, cuz South Philly.
Ah, that is cool. Eleanor, you know what you need? Can I show you something? What you need?
Or autographed Eric
Let me
Dickerson.
see.
What?
Ah, look at that. Is that a real autograph?
Yes, it is from the the Best Damn Sports Show. Remember that show?
Yeah. Wow.
So my buddies were doing warm up, and they were like, "We know your biggest fan." And when they said it was a girl, he was like, "Oh, really?" He's like, "Please don't start. She'll start fighting people over you." And this is Tori Holt's autograph.
Let's see. Let's see the autograph. I can't see that. Hold that.
Yeah, it's hard to see Tori's. He gave it to me at the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
Because it's like the lightest. There it is, I think.
I say it. Oh, yeah. Very cool.
So the great Tori Holt was at the Comedy Store with one Donovan Mcnabb.
Wow.
Do you know who Donovan? Are you a sports guy?
I'm not a sports guy. I'm a Jew. Jews own the teams. We don't play.
True. Own the players. Good for you. Anyway, so gross. You're right. They usually just own it. They certainly don't play it. So I
what are you doing now? What you got on? What brand? Maybe you get a free endorsement. Okay, what are you using? Are you endorsed?
Burt's Bees.
Okay.
Burt's Bees.
Yeah, that's right. We might be able to get a free endorsement. Eleanor, you don't have one of these.
Burt's Bees, because that's like what's her name? I'm ready for my close up.
Betty Davis.
No.
Joan Crawford.
No.
Who?
Sunset Boulevard.
Greta Garbo.
I'm ready for my close up.
Is it Greta Garbo?
No, she was an old silent movie actress.
Look at that.
Whoa. Who is that?
It's me.
Oh, I was gonna say, is that you? Not gross. You know,
yeah, I'm gross. I love it.
You.
Because everybody should have.
I don't even have a picture.
Everybody needs it. Everybody needs a doll of themselves.
That's amazing. I would love a doll of myself.
No, somebody made it for me.
But I was saying about the Tori Holt autograph. So Donovan McNabb was a quarterback for the Eagles, which is the team I'm supposed to love because I grew up in Philadelphia. My mom was a beer girl for the Eagles at Vet Stadium. So I do love the Eagles. They're like my heart. But then as I started like watching college and learning more about the sport, I started following athletes. And I used to watch Eric Dickerson when I was real young. He played for SMU college, and he was unbelievable. And then when he went to the Rams, I became a big Rams fan. So flash to, I'm waiting tables at the Comedy Store, and we were hosting the ESPYs, and we had the big after party at the, there was this show that we had every Tuesday at the Comedy Store called Fat Tuesday. A great comic by the name of Guy Torrey ran it. And he technically kept the Comedy Store open through the 90s. I shit you not. Like, that's how busy this show was. And it was all celebrities, athletes, whatever. So at the ESPYs, I'm waiting on tables, and I'm like, I got Dante Culpepper. I got all these, you know, I'm freaking out because I'm a big sports person. So I'm waiting tables, and my friend comes over from Boston. She's like, yo, Eleanor, he doesn't believe you're from South Philly. And I go, who? And she goes, Donovan McNabb. And so I go, what? So I go over and I go, he goes, what part of Philly are you from? I go, 18th and Johnson. He goes, oh shit, sit down. You're from right in the neighborhood. And so I go, yeah, what's up? And as we're talking, I'm like being cool with him. And then I said, oh my God, is that Torrey Holt? And he goes, yeah, what do you know about Torrey Holt? I'm like, oh my God, he's only the most underrated player in the league right now. And Torrey got so excited and Donovan got so mad he wouldn't talk to me. So Torrey gave me his autograph, and then my friend slept with him.
Really? Come on, really?
Yes, she did. She
goes,
that's great. She said he's got the best hands in football, Eleanor.
The hands in football, huh?
That's the best hands in football.
That's funny. That's funny. So the other guy, his poor ego got shattered.
Yeah, Donovan was furious that I wasn't we booed him when they drafted him.
Did you tell him?
No, I didn't do it, but people went there and actually booed at the draft. Like, who has that kind of time?
So was he dressed?
Now we do, but
how about the clothes? How about the clothes? Was he dressed really nice? Always. Watch.
They all do, especially Donovan, because he was doing, he became, the next time he came to the Comedy Store, him and two other people that were commentators at that point. They were working for ESPN at that point. So you start dressing nice.
You start dressing nice.
And dress like, monsters, whatever.
So you got two different versions of the Comedy Store because you performed there as a comedian, but originally you worked there.
Sure. I was a waitress there for 12 years, from 93 to 2005.
So what made you come from the East Coast to California? Was it comedy, acting? What was the reason?
It was acting. I was going to say something silly, but
you be silly. I'm ridiculous. It's me. It's me. Come on. You know how ridiculous. I don't know. You don't really know how ridiculous I am.
I do a little bit. I can tell.
How do you know?
Because you're annoying like Andrew, and you're silly on top of it. It's a Brooklyn thing. Like he'll say to me, "I'm from Brooklyn." That's an excuse for everything, no matter what. He can punch me in the face and be like, "I'm from Brooklyn." I'm like, "I'm from South Philly," and I just do the same thing back. But I don't use it as an excuse. Yeah. I know I'll do it. I could act a certain way. But I apologize. I will apologize to someone like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I was a little out of line." Whereas you people, if you will,
the Brooklyn guys,
always go, "I'm from Brooklyn. It's just how it is." Like we have to adjust to your world.
It's true.
That's wrong.
No, it's not wrong. I'm going to
fight to the end.
Okay, I want to talk about your career. I got to tell you something before we go there.
This might be more interesting than my career.
Your career is it's a good story, but it is what it is, Eleanor. I got to tell you something, honestly.
Yeah. Because here's the thing. Like, we met through Skakel, and it was almost like you moved in. Like, I know you didn't physically, but like that, you were that like a leech. And I was like, who is this guy? Who is this? And then
I was like a creep. I was like a creep
coming at someone until
I'm a nudge. Yeah. Because I wanted you on the show. For people who don't know this.
Just like Andrew. Andrew does the same thing.
And here's the funny thing. Originally, I wanted you on the show. I was like, I got to get Eleanor on the show. I went to Skakel. I go, she doesn't answer me. I went to Andrew. I'm afraid of her. She won't come on. C. Yeah. I couldn't get you on the show. You would not answer my emails. And I'm like, she doesn't like me. And then I went to Skakel. He goes, "That's between you and her." The Jughead over there. I'm like, "What do you mean?" I go, "Why can't you get?" I go, "She's been in your house on your couch. You show it's like a Predator show." I go, "People sit on that dirty couch." I go, "Come on." I go, I got a professional show here."
He's like, "Did you get followers from my show?" I go, "No, I got HPV from your couch."
The couch is creepy. I want to go there too, but I had to go to the deep ends to get you. I was like, I told Andrew, "How do I get Eleanor?" "She'll do it." I go, "No, I'm afraid of her. She won't talk to me." I go, "Help me out."
He has the same attitude as you. "She'll do it. Just keep on it. Just keep talking to her. Just keep calling her. Keep calling. When I first started at the Comedy Store, I'm a waitress. Yeah. I'm doing plays. I'm trying to get in acting, as much as I can. Whatever, going up for little parts here and there. All my friends are comics. So Dice, Dom, two of my best friends, but like they were like my immediate friends at the store because they were East Coast. I connected completely. Irera's from my neighborhood. Andrew's from Brooklyn. We have the same kind of BS attitude, And so I was like, you know, cool, we'll be friends. Then he started hitting on me years later because he was married, then was going through a divorce, and he started hitting on me. I thought he was kidding. So he would send his friends. He literally sent his friends to ask me out like we were in grade school.
Yeah.
I was furious.
I understand
But he did it so much that I finally broke down, just like this. Now
it's like this show. If I was single, then I could go to the comedy store and nudge you. And nudge. So
your wife would not let you. She's too classy of a person. I don't know how you got together.
I'll tell you how I got that piece of ass. Let me tell you.
Amazing piece of man.
Let me tell you how I got her. I didn't have to say much because I just was doing a gig and I walked in the room and I go, "You'll be mine." I just walked. I go, "Yeah, I see you." I didn't say it with the heart, but in my head, Eleanor, I walk in the room.
You got that thing. You got that.
I walk in the room. She's gonna be mine. I looked at everybody else. These people are not as cool as me, and I go, "She'll be mine." And then 10 years later, what you wish for is 53, and I have a 5-year-old daughter named Brooklyn yelling at me, hocking me China.
God bless. Oh, that's right. Her name's Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. You know what the funny thing is, Eleanor? I had her name. Oh, my shirt just popped open. Brooklyn on my chest before she was born. She was born.
But just because that's where you're from.
That's what I figured if I ever lose my memory, like I get, dementia. If people ask me, I can look at my chest and go, "I'm from Brooklyn." I have it all over.
And you go like this, you get arrested for flashing.
I'm from Brooklyn. It's not like people say Rochester. Brooklyn is a lot cooler than saying Rochester. I'm from Brooklyn,
From Rochester.
It's not that good. Brooklyn. So you originally
might as well say Canada.
Right? So you came you came from the East, went to California for fame and fortune. You started waitressing.
Fame and fortune.
Did you want to be a comic or?
No, I had no interest in being a comic. I didn't even really. I mean, I knew comics, but like I knew Richard Pryor, I knew Dice. I'm just saying, literally, Richard Pryor. Eddie Murphy. I have 6 brothers and 3 sisters. My brothers would watch this on a loop. When Dice did the Rodney Dangerfield special.
Huge. It was huge.
I think we played it so much between him and Dom Irrera, because Dom Irrera did his whole thing about South Philly. So that was like one of our own, if you will. Because he used to do the bit about, hanging on the street corners. Where was you last night? Everybody was there. Big Petey, Little Petey, Petey, Orthopedy. Like, it's just mocking Italian.
Totally.
East Coasters. And Dice, they were like our favorites, and we would play it on a loop. I mean, we wore it out. I think it actually broke the VHS. So I knew of comedy, but I don't know. It wasn't for me.
Yeah.
And then I was doing plays and, getting little parts. I did some work on Baywatch as an extra.
Did you really? Really? Were you in the bikini, the bathing suit, the red bathing suit?
I wasn't in a bikini. I was the manager of the little hut on the beach, and so I wore a one piece with a little like skirt thing.
Oh, cool.
It was cute, but everybody else, I don't know. Yeah, some people had bikinis on, but even the girls, like Pam and all that, they all had one piece.
So what year was that? What'd you say? 90s, right?
94. Because I was with my first ex-fiance.
Yeah.
I have a few of those.
The first. That was okay. So you're like Elizabeth Taylor here. Okay.
Well, I'm not a closer. Liz was a closer. I don't go down the aisle. Like, I get real close and then I go, bye.
Are you afraid of the aisle?
I don't know. I think I'm afraid of the commitment.
Are you? Let's get deep with Eleanor right now. Really, are you afraid of the commitment, Eleanor?
The institution of marriage, if you will.
The same old.
Yeah, the paper in front of God, like the stipulations that has.
It's
like,
scary.
Yeah, and like my mom went through not a nasty divorce, but just they got separated, and she couldn't afford to get divorced for a very long time, and she had 10 kids, and she was a single mother at 39 years old. 39, a single mother. Like,
wow.
What?
Wow.
And 10 kids that are 15 years apart.
Wow.
Yeah, okay. Like you would, if that was me, my brains just would have been on the wall. Bye, everybody.
Wow.
Like, no way. She's amazing. So somehow she kept it together and kept us together, but she didn't focus like on the divorce, but it was also in her mind, because she's very Catholic, kind of like a disgrace to get a divorce.
Yeah.
And so they didn't get divorced till I think I was in my 30s. And I remember we were joking, we were going to call my dad and be like, hey, can we sleep over this weekend? Well, we never got to sleep over a long time ago. You're going to laugh, but my battery's dying on my phone.
Oh, no. It's getting. I've got people in here proposing to you, Eleanor.
Who's proposing to me?
Robbie Detroit. He's going crazy. If you could find that comment of it. There's Jordan the Lion. There he is.
I haven't been. I'm going to find my.
People say she never got over the infamous date with Ari Shafir.
Ari Shafir.
Yeah, Shafir.
That piece of shit. I love Ari Shafir. I'll shit on him every day, though. So Ari, when we were working together at the Comedy Store, Ari and I, we would work every day together. Mitzi I'm plugging my phone in.
Yeah, go ahead.
Mitzi took a liking to Ari because he was like, you, maybe it's a Jewish thing.
It is a Jewish thing.
Okay. So every day, the owner of the Comedy Store, Ari was working the phones, and the owner of the Comedy Store would call, okay, what's doing? That's what she would say. The great late Mitzi Shore. So Ari would be like, nothing's going on. Can I ask you some questions about comedy? Who does that to the owner of the Comedy Store? Like, she fired people for not saying the right thing when they answered the phone. Like, if we hired somebody and they would answer the phone, hello, Comedy Store, instead of Comedy Store, hello, she would fire them.
Really?
Like, she was crazy. And Ari would ask her questions. What do I have to do to get paid regular status? Like, and so she kind of took a liking to him because he was so ballsy. So we worked during the day together a lot. And one day I was like, either him or me or something, I don't know how it came up, but it was like, hey, let's go to lunch at the Standard. So we go to the Standard. We're having lunch. We're just talking, not even thinking. I'm terrible. If somebody likes me, I don't think that's real. Like, I don't notice it unless you're like grabbing a tit. I'm like, oh, I think they're interested. Yeah, or a finger in me. Like, you gotta be like this. I'm like, oh, I think I mean, they get all the way in if I like them back, but they only get here if I don't like them.
It's like a sliver. It's like a deli. It's take a sliver.
It's a slice. It's so gross. Hey, Al? No. So I just, whatever. I'm like, I was Mitzi's assistant and I was running around. I was doing, so I didn't even think. So we were at this lunch and we're talking, and there was of course, LA, they let their dogs run rampant. Oh. This twat had her dog and it was at our table and it was about to eat like my French fries. So I moved my plate in and the fucking thing snapped at me. It was a little I punted that motherfucker. It like bit my leg. And so we had this joke that if we go on a date with Ari, I get bit by a dog, because he thought this was him. This was us. He goes, I wanted to fuck you. And I'm like, yeah, but that's not a date then. You just say I want to fuck you. Like, I come from playing. If you want to fuck somebody, you don't have to court them. You can say, hey, can we fuck? Like, and it answers yes or no. I'm like
black and white.
There he is.
That's him, huh?
Oh boy, now I'm dry.
Look at.
How are you gonna let me up, Detroit? Fucking the great Ari Shafir. He's very funny.
Is he very funny?
Friends, but yeah, Ari's great. But we always break balls. Just the other day, he put something up, fucking with a friend of his, and so I put like a laughing emoji, and then somebody wrote, "Didn't you used to date Ari?" And I was like, I make a lot of mistakes, but that's not one. That's not one of them. No,
that's.
He got in trouble, Ari. This was so funny. We were at the Comedy Store. We were sitting in the back, and we were talking. We talked trash because we all worked together. So we say dumb, rude shit to each other. But Dice doesn't go for that. And we were broken up at this point. Dice is my second ex-fiance.
So Dice, so you and Dice are broken up at this point now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're just friends, and we're sitting in the back of the Comedy Store, and it was me and my friend Lexi, Ari, and Andrew, and we were sitting on these white couches. Like, if you listen, when I did the Comedy Store podcast, we did it for like 3 years.
Yeah.
You'll hear us talk about the white couches in the kitchen. So we're sitting there, and I said, "Oh my God, I'm exhausted. I cleaned my apartment all day. It was filthy, you know." And Ari goes, "But were you cleaning the cum off the walls?" Just because he was being silly.
Yeah.
And Andrew got silent. And I didn't think anything of it. We laughed. I think I said something, yeah, it's so much cum, but none of it's yours, or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, just being silly.
Yeah.
I don't think anything of it. We leave. Like a couple hours after we leave the Comedy Store, Dice leaves Ari a message threatening him.
Really? Come on. So he's really pissed, Dice, at this point.
Furious. And he's like, "I have a hammer and I'll smack you across the head with it," or something. So we all have this continual joke about Dice and his hammer coming after you. I know Ari played it on YouTube, but he denies it. But I did not. I know he did, because people write to me in crazy amounts about this hammer that Dice has. And is it a euphemism for his cock? I'm like, no, it's not his cock. He literally told Ari that he was going to be leaving the Comedy Store in a body bag.
Oh my God, it's great. Was he afraid to get Ari afraid now to run into Dice, or was it,
No. Ari had been banned from Dice's house. Like,
he had been
close. We were all close. Yeah.
Oh, he was banned from the house?
Because he's a rifler. He rifles through people's affairs, and you're not allowed to do that. He went into
like a yenta. He's a yenta?
Oh yeah.
He's
Big
a yenta.
Time. I forgot what the word is, but yes.
Yenta.
Yeah.
I have fans of the yentas. I throw them out.
So you can ask Andrew. Ari was in his office, and he opened his desk drawer and was looking for something.
Hold on. Now, the guy goes and takes his personal belongings and who does this?
Ari.
Why?
He said that Freddie Soto made him do it.
The face. It's like a face. This should be on a milk carton over here. Come on.
He says that he told Joe Rogan that Freddie Soto made him do it.
Yeah.
And I can kind of believe that Freddie would be like, "Yeah, Dice has a gun." And Ari's like, "There's no way he has a gun. He's a Jew. We don't do that. It's not our thing." And he went into the desk because Freddie told him he leaves it in the desk. So, and then Andrew caught him.
Oh, he caught him. He walked in. He walked in on him.
I'm not a fan of Ari.
Ryan,
apparently, I
don't know all this. See, Eleanor, you're teaching me, because all these comedians, I don't know. I'm learning.
Well, here's the thing. Ari is sick. Dark.
Okay.
Right? And he did this thing for years where when someone passes away, a celebrity, he writes something horrendous. Always. And it's not just one person. And when Kobe passed, he did it, and people got really upset with him.
Kobe's somebody you don't really
agreed. However, also none of the information was out. It was Kobe died, which is awful in itself. No one knew about, the other family, the kids, his daughter. I don't even like to talk about it.
Yeah, totally.
I feel guilty because of being a Celtics fan and so I'm a hater of the Lakers.
And you felt guilty hating the Lakers.
Is from the suburbs of Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And went to play for the Lakers to get out of Philadelphia. So I said a lot of negative. I can't even say it.
Yeah.
For years, I trash talked him, and my heart broke so hard when that happened.
Yeah.
That I feel guilty that I trash talked him so long.
Yeah.
And my biggest trash talker was with Ari, because Ari, we had a hatred for the Lakers.
The team.
So we would shit on you know, and I literally I can't even say anything bad.
Yeah.
And
but
yeah, it's like stopping me because it broke my heart that happened. And yeah, Ari did that, and that was too soon and inappropriate. And so he got tons and tons. Lost a lot of fans, lost a lot of shit.
Look at him. Why do I feel like he looks like what? How come I feel like that's what my hair?
Look at that picture.
Do I look like this? Wait a second.
Something inappropriate.
What is, I look? Do I look a little Ari-ish, man? I have a little Ari going on here. I thought I looked like Brad Pitt.
It's to me, it's like you know, we all have fucked up family members.
Yeah.
And he's family, and he fucked up. He said something not great. He apologized. He did all the whole thing. I don't even know if he does it anymore when people pass, but like
it's like politics. You can't talk about politics. You can't talk about the team play. You know, certain things you can't talk about.
Yeah.
You know what? You saying that, being a comic, because I grew up with the Red Fox, the Don Rickles.
Yeah, they say whatever they
the Dice Clay. Back in that generation, that time, you were able to be the comedian. Now, with the way everything is, it restricts you sometimes. You have it, right? Is there jokes that you want to do and you're like, I can't do that one, huh?
Yeah, and I'll tell you one thing I didn't like when Ari said that, which was not great, which was awful. But like, people were like, "Oh, he's racist," and I was like, "No, he's an idiot. Idiot top." Yeah. But everything. That's what they do. They constantly put you in this thing like you're a racist, and I'm like,
yeah.
He's not a racist. He's for sure an idiot, but not a racist.
I have a guy like that on my morning show. He's a
racist.
No, he's an idiot. He's a moron. He's not a racist. He's actually he's Jewish. He's like an Ari.
This lady in Jersey, she came up to me after my show and she goes, "Are you racist? Because some of the things you said," and I go, "Yeah, I'm racist. I'm openly racist. I'm out of the closet. Yes." Like, because I just wanted to see what she would say. And she goes, "That's terrible. You don't like black people?" And I go, "No, bitch, you're racist because you think you can only hate black people. Let me give you a list of who I fucking hate. Black people aren't even on it." Like, I don't know what you're saying. Like that's people don't understand.
No.
When they literally think it's just black and white, and it's white against black. That's not what racism is. No. It's bigger, deeper, and crazier.
Way bigger and deeper.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I if people are assholes, I don't like people that are assholes. I don't care what color, shape, or size.
That's how I am. That's why and going back to this, that's why I got a doll, an action figure of myself.
Why? How does that help?
I don't know, because it was a gift. Somebody thought I loved myself so much they made an action. Every person should have an action figure themselves. You could actually get this. You can make your own action figure, Eleanor. I think you need one.
I should get one. I'm
you
sorry,
should
but
get
that's
one.
not my vagina, guys. That's
what is going on there. What do you got going on, Eleanor?
I'm gonna tell you what's going on. For some reason, my phone's not charging, even though it's plugged in. So why don't you look at my sink? It's clean.
It looks good. It looks good. Well, first of all, let's get her situated. Let me go. A couple of the people in the audience. You have any questions for Eleanor? And engage. Are you single, Eleanor? Anybody?
I am, and I'm lonely too.
You're lonely.
I could still go. Oh, no way! Don't tell Andrew. You'll get the hammer.
I'll get the. Well, you're the one. I just said you're single. I don't tell him anything. For the single guys, I'm not going to. I'm not going. Listen, you guys.
Leg up like a dog.
Don't. You guys be polite out there. People throw the
I don't
world.
care if you're not polite. I'm good.
Oh yeah. Look at Josette Green. People throw the word racist around too much. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in here. I agree, Eleanor. Don't be a bop bop hole or a dot dot.
An asshole or a Like, people should just be like always be just. I don't know. I don't even know how to say it because it makes me so angry. I meet thousands of people a day. Well, not during the pandemic, but BC, as I like to call it, before Corona, I would meet thousands of people a week, and literally, some people were assholes, some people weren't. I'm going to say most people weren't.
Yeah.
And it's the small group that just are such assholes, and they stand out. Or we always focus on the negative. It's like if you put a post up and you get 100 comments, and one of them is negative, you focus on that one negative.
True.
Why do we do that?
Well, I don't know.
We all just focus on the 99 good ones?
It's true. Yeah, 100% right. I do. Hey, you know what? I'll focus on it too sometimes, then I let it go later on. But I get Jew guilt. Then I go yell at somebody. Then I get Jewish, and I start worrying about the later in the evening, and I can't sleep. Did I offend that person? I call that person an idiot? Because sometimes I'll go with the fans, and if somebody say something, because they try to control.
Logical, you're like,
but I can't. There's a fan club of ADIKA. They can't even stand me. They came in here. They thought I was somebody I was not. Then they ran away with it. It's like I'm not a reverend. I'm just me. I have a little fan club that it's I hate ADIKA fan club. Oh yeah. Did you work with? Yeah, I hate ADIKA fan. James Young. Did you work with Mitch Barnett?
Mitch Barnett.
I don't know who that is. Was he from Gunsmoke? That's a joke. Boom, boom.
I didn't get it.
Governors. Oh, you are playing. Are you going to New York to play some shows?
I am. I'll be there with Dice.
When are you going?
So with Dice.
Is that it? Is this the show you're playing?
Yes. It should say my name on there.
Why? How come her name is not on this?
I don't know. Sometimes he puts it on. Sometimes. Well, it depends on who did the flyer, to be quite honest.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fine because he's the ticket seller, so I don't care. I'm always honored when he puts with special guest Eleanor Kerrigan, because that's
right there. There it is.
Do that too much. Look at that! I look like just a boil on his shoulder.
So wait, you guys are playing a bunch of shows, huh?
Yeah,
you're going on a whole tour.
This is my buddy Soul Joel's.
Yeah.
And I've headlined there 3 times over this pandemic because he's been doing them outside. And they've been so good, so much fun. He literally has a club. It's in the suburbs of Philadelphia in Royersford, Pennsylvania. And it's like 45 minutes from my mother's house. And it's like he went in the parking lot and just built a stage. And people bring their own chairs, bring their own booze, bring their own food. And, so you're not touching anything. You're not touching anybody. You come with your group. You socially distance. They put you on stage and has an amazing sound system. The whole community chips in to help him. And now he built a dome. Yeah. The whole neighborhood helped him build a dome because it was great in September when it was nice out.
Yeah.
In August and stuff like that. But now in January, it's 2 degrees. I did it December 12th. And he was having trouble with the dome, so we did it the other way.
Yeah.
Outside, and you could see me on stage. I have like a fur.
You're like
a big bubble jacket with the furry hood.
Yeah.
Because I was freezing.
Like a Parker. So put that. Could you put that poster up there for a second? Let the audience see.
We added a show, I believe. Oh, that's Governor.
No, there it is. So right there, you guys added a show. Is this going to be also online is it going to be live streamed as well? No. Okay.
The only one that's going to be live is Governors, and that's on Valentine's Day, and you can be anywhere and buy a ticket.
So just go
to it's a Zoom or whatever they're
Zoom govs.com. Okay, so that's it. That's it. All right, good. Govs.com. You guys could check that out. So that's gonna be
go to governors.com because first of all, that's our favorite stage, one of our favorite stages to play. I love that room. He has 3 rooms on the island. The guy who owns Governors, James, he's phenomenal.
Yeah.
And every room has just such a great feel. Like you can't go wrong in those rooms.
Traveling. Now here's the situation. Let's get dirty and talk. God, let's yenta. Travel with Dice. What the hell is that like? Traveling?
Oh my God. Well, we were putting. Oh my God! Look at us all cleaned up. Woo-hoo. That was the SAG Awards when they were up for best ensemble cast.
That's a good picture of you guys.
Yeah, right from what's the movie?
Is that Stars Born, right?
Stars Born. I couldn't think of it. Wow. I was just going to say Lady Gaga.
I'm here to. You know what? If you need manager to take on the road, I'm the guy. I'll make sure everything runs smooth over there. But I'll do it virtual.
You think you could get it to run smooth with this nut?
I think I can. I think you know what?
We fight like crazy. We film it.
And that's what I was gonna say. On his clips, and it's on your Instagram too. Yep. It is so funny, and you have it on your Instagram. And by the way, everybody watching in here, there's a link for Eleanor, her website. Takes all her links. Click on it, but you got to check out these clips she does with Dice. They are fighting. You guys at the gym before the Corona thing happened. it was so addicting. Like I would
The best
watch
was literally, I think it was like this week, a year ago, it just popped up on my phone. We were going to Hollywood. We were in Hollywood going to the gym. And so like just right here, a little local, whatever. And we going into the gym and there was somebody got killed outside, like across the street. There was like shots fired. So there was news cameras on the corner filming. And they were like, yeah, there was 3 suspects. They only caught 1 of them. So that means 2 people are on the loose, right? So he's like, look, they're going to probably want to talk to me. I go, who? Who wants to fucking talk to you? He goes, they're going to want to, because he thinks he's Serpico. He thinks he's the head of detectives. You know what I mean? Like, so he goes, I can figure it out. Plus they know I'm Dice, I'm famous. So we go to the first lady because there was like 3 different channels set up. We shouldn't even have been there, but nobody stopped us for some reason. So we walk and Andrew goes to the one lady, you want to talk to me? And she's like, no, why? Do you know anything? Like she had no idea who he was. So then we go to this other one and the camera guy, as the guy's reporting, there's still suspects on the loose. The camera guy goes, oh, Dice. And he asked him to take a picture. And he took a picture while the news guy was informing the public.
The broadcast.
Two people on the loose with guns.
Yeah. He's in broadcast, the guy. And then
mid-broadcast. And he's going, Dice.
That's funny.
And then they take a picture. And me and Andrew's girlfriend were crying, laughing. I was like, oh my God, this can't be real.
It's great. What's that? Is that the guy on loose?
Neighbor.
Oh, I thought the guy was on loose again.
That is. Somebody says, Eleanor, did you meet Lady Gaga? Yes, I did. Bradley Cooper. Yes, I did. I met them both, and they were both lovely.
Yeah.
And Lady Gaga was amazing, not only in the movie, but like just
nice person, huh? Nice person.
So nice, and like. She was like, oh, like she would be so inclusive, like at the SAG Awards and even on the set. She'd be like, wait, come over here. Did you meet this one? Blah, 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 blah. Like she would introduce, so cool. But Bradley Cooper, he gained a big piece of my heart, if you will, like a Spock, because another dear friend of mine passed away 2 years ago. Like, unfortunately, he killed himself, the great Brody Stevens. If there's any comedy fans, everybody knows Brody. And Brody was in Hangover because Brody and Zach were close friends. And Zach Galifianakis, when he does a lot of the stuff he does in the movie, he's mocking Brody because Brody wouldn't curse. He would go through these weird stints where he wouldn't. Darn, you know, when Zach curses or Bradley Cooper curses, but then Zach doesn't curse, but he does the same action. It's hysterical. And so Todd Phillips loved Brody, and he wrote those parts for him to be like, they were small parts, but he wanted him in it because he loved him so much. So anyway, flash to, unfortunately, Brody passed. We have a big memorial service, and Bradley Cooper showed up, and he stayed the whole night to honor Brody. And that's a big deal.
That's a big deal.
Because Zach and him were friends. And Zach was there as well, but we expected Zach. Zach's a comic, you know, he's one of us, if you will.
But you got Brody. Yeah.
He doesn't have to stay. And the other guy showed up too. I can't think of his name right now. From The Office. The hell's his name? From The Hangover. There was 3 of them.
Was it Steve from The Office?
No.
Who am I thinking?
Oh, he was so funny. The dentist. And I can't think of his name. But anyway, for them to stay all night, that was a big deal.
That is cool.
Especially Bradley Cooper, because he was so big. And this was after I had met him on doing a gigantic movie like the Lady Gaga.
What a great movie to Star is Born. And it was
his directorial debut. And I mean, you know, so literally I think we were at the SAG Awards 3 weeks before or something like that. Or I forget the time lapse, but it was like or maybe we went after. I don't remember, but I just remember thinking, here's a guy who's got the #1 movie out.
Yeah.
And he's a huge star. And Brody's a comic. And I'm not shitting on comics, but he wasn't a huge star. He was just Brody, who was great. And they stayed all night. And it was amazing.
That is amazing.
I like Brad. That says a lot about someone's character.
It does. He does. No attitude. He was just there. Being respectful. Doing right back. Yeah. It's beautiful. Yeah. It's a beautiful. That movie, he did a great job because it wasn't the original.
He remembered me from.
Did he remember you? He has a good memory. Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. I mean, the other one with Barbara Streisand originally, because it goes back to Elvis. He was originally
that's my favorite. Yeah.
The Chris Christopherson was supposed to be Elvis's role with Barbara Streisand. Which
Andrew knows all that, and he's obsessed.
You know what?
Big part of the reason he did it.
I know he's an Elvis fan, and then he came on here and we started talking about movies and all that stuff. So I don't know if it's a Brooklyn thing. We both like the same movies and the Public Greenwich Village. It's a Brooklyn thing. Mean Streets. I like all those movies.
I love Mean Streets.
And all that good
I like them too. That's why me and Andrew get along.
What's this one?
Most people like, what does it say?
The Colonel, Eleanor, Pat, Geno's, Jim's. My eyes are bad. I used to live in while missing up near Ready. Oh, Colonel, you have to write a Bible here. I can't read this whole thing. Don't bore us. Get to the chorus. The guy's busting my chops.
I got my stupid cell phone, so I got this fucking light in my eye, so I don't look like a dick. But
hold on, the Colonel.
Pat, he's asking what cheesesteaks.
Cheesesteaks.
So Pat's, Geno's, or if I had to pick out of one.
Hold on, Eleanor. Colonel, you make me stop the show for this comment right there.
Hey, cheesesteaks are important, man.
All right.
I was home for 5 months, and let me tell you something. I had a plethora of cheesesteaks.
Did you really?
I will tell you, if I had to pick out of those, I pick Jim's, then Geno's, then Pat's, because Pat's and Geno's became a tourist trap.
Wait a second. So the order is Jim's first?
Yeah. Jim's is a little greasy.
Okay.
But I still love it. I don't know why. And if you eat it in Jim's on South Street, you will smell like
onions
Jim's for a week. At least a week. Yeah. It never goes away, but it's amazing, and it's my favorite smell. And then Pat's and Geno's became too much of a tourist trap. And we used to go there after clubbing all night. We would go there, but we would get our steaks at Geno's and get our cheese fries at Pat's. Don't ask. I don't know why. I don't know why they have the better fries. It was just weird. But now I love John's.
I thought you were going to say Steakums.
Oh, I have Steakums in my refrigerator. Don't fuck in my freezer. Don't mess around.
They're good.
I always will make a cheesesteak out of Steakums.
They're good Steakums.
Yeah.
They're really good over there.
Steakums are the best. What does this say?
Let's see. Wow, respect over here. There's a bunch of
John's roast pork. Whew. Nick's roast pork. Shit,
I don't do pork, Eleanor. I don't do pork.
Fucking Jews, right?
I don't know if it's a Jewish thing. It's just. I'm weird with meat right now. I'm not into it. I feel bad. It's not. I'm not a vegetarian. I'm like a fake veg. My wife's a vegetarian. Maybe it's because I grew up in a kosher home. I don't know, but I just don't.
Oh, you did? Okay.
When I was little,
like the separate sinks and everything?
They had to, they were half-assed Jews, my family. They did. Okay. They had, when it was convenient to be Jewish, they were Jewish.
Got it.
But my mom used to make me spaghetti with ketchup and butter growing up.
Do I hang up now?
I'm telling you, this
I'm 100% Irish, and that's offensive to me.
It's offensive. And then the only gourmet cheese I knew was Laughing Cow. Yeah, see, I got problems.
Yeah, you were deprived.
I was deprived. That's right. I was. Thank God I'm cooking.
Are you pressing charges? What?
No, she's cooking right now because I'm getting hungry. Josette, I don't want to interrupt dinner. And you know what? Eleanor, we got to do a round two because there's so many. I don't want to keep you all day, but there's so many things I want to ask you.
What do I have to do?
I don't know. I don't want, because before you have a nervous breakdown, you couldn't get on. There's so many things I want to ask you.
I want a simple click button. Hit the fucking button and it goes right to where you got to be. I don't want to jump through hoops, download this, give your blood type, give your sister's ad. No.
I want to show you something. You were complaining about the Zoom and all that stuff, the Zoom and all this. My show is good because I got the Zoom. I even got like over here. Look at this, Rick. For people
who crackle in your mic.
Do I really?
Me or you?
Is it me?
There's a crackle. I hear a crackle.
Don't crack me. Hold on. Watch this. Look, for people the first time watching, look at this. You want to subscribe? Look, you click right there. Is that me?
Look at that. I don't know. I don't have a mic.
Is that me? Hold on. I'll tell you if it's me. Watch this.
Oh no.
Watch this. Hold on. Is that me? Hold on, I'm going to mute you. Let me talk a little about myself. Hi, I know Eleanor. This is a great show. I'm not crackling. That's Eleanor right there. We could ask her some questions. I want to know, Eleanor, is the Comedy Store haunted?
It's crackling.
It's crackling. It's me.
And the Comedy Store is haunted.
Is it really haunted?
Yes, you got it.
Not,
they just did a can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you good. Yeah.
They just did a ghost. I think it's I forget what network it's on. I was just gonna look up on my phone. But they did a Ghost Adventures at the Comedy Store. Jeff Ross was in it. The great Jeff Scott, who we just lost, our piano player at the Comedy Store. Another one, heartbreaking to talk about. Like I don't even know. He was there for 25 years.
25 years. Wow.
Had a heart attack last weekend.
Wow.
So, and he was the life of the original room. We have now Brody, Mitzi, and Jeff haunting. We have new ghosts, if you will. Definitely, you will be hearing. I hear Brody from time to time. Mitzi.
Do you really?
I've seen Mitzi in the crowd, and I don't know if that was my own. You know, after she passed, because we went through some strange minutes right before the week or two before she passed, and I went to see her in the hospital, and we had some weird moments. So I don't know if that my brain tricked it. I don't know, but that would be the only place she would be. And Paulie took her there because she was hanging on, and he didn't know why. And he was like, she was already in hospice, but she was hanging on, and it just looked awful. Do you know what I mean? It's not what you would want for your mom. Oh, that's Dom Irera and Mitzi. So it's not what you would want for your mom, you know? And so Paulie took her to the store, and oddly that night she passed away. Wow.
Now the Mitzi, she believed in the ghost too, huh?
Oh, she used to talk to them. We'd be sitting in her office, and I'd be like doing paperwork or something, and she loved music. She'd have always have music playing. So the music would go off, and she'd go, "Stop it!" And I'd be like, "It's not. I didn't do it," you know, because there was nobody in there but me and her. And I'm like filing paperwork, and then I turn away, and she go, "Knock it off!" And I'm like, "Mitz, I swear, I'm not touching anything," you know. And I just put my hands up, and she go, "Not you, the ghost. He's messing with it. Stop it." And then the music would start playing again. And I'm like, okay, so we're just going to pretend this is normal.
So it was a normal thing for her. Did she know which ghost it was or who it was? Or she
used to call him Gus, but I don't know who told her the name was Gus, but she always referred to Gus.
Wow.
And then we used to have people come in all the time and say, "Oh my God, this place is haunted." I remember this big Indian guy, almost like from Cuckoo's Nest, like the chief.
Yeah, the chief.
Okay, so he was big, like tall. So I noticed him because he was very big. Yeah. And I was like, "Oh," and he goes, "Hey, can I ask you a question?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I was waiting tables at the time. And our basement used to have like a kind of a grate. I don't know how you say that. A gate, not a physical big fat door. So you could kind of see down there. And so we had the gate, and he looked down, and he goes, "What's down there?" And I go, "Oh, that's our basement." And I like had a tray. I had like empty drinks on my tray, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's just our basement." And he goes, "You know it's haunted, right?" And he showed me his arm, and I swear his arm hair was like this high. And I was like, "Yeah, I know." And I just walked away. He goes, "Look, you got to put stuff down there to get rid of those ghosts. They're suffering." And I'm like, "I'm not in charge of the ghost."
Like a sage, they're telling you to do like a sage or something.
Yeah, I'm like, I just make the schedule. I schedule the waitresses. I'm not bothering the ghost. I'm not doing it.
But she liked it, Mitzi. Huh? She didn't want them to go.
She loved it. A lot of people did. A lot of people would just talk to them, like especially managers, because weird stuff would happen.
Yeah.
And of course, when we found a manager that would get extra scared, we would prank them.
Would you?
So one time, Steve Simone, a very funny comic, that Mitzi talked into being the manager for some reason. And he was better off not being a manager. He's a funny comic. So we knocked over a stack of chairs, and he He left. He didn't even lock up. He left.
That was it. Never quit the job, huh? He just quit the job. Did he quit?
He did. He quit a little bit after that, but he was like, I had to go home. I'm not dealing with this. The ghost will keep, nobody's going to steal anything out of the Comedy Store. I'm just leaving. So he didn't even put the code, I had to put it in. It was very funny. Me and Freddie Soto did it to him.
What a cool place the Comedy Store is. It's so cool. It's legendary.
It's
Look at it.
Playground. That makes my heart hurt.
Oh, it's like there's a lot of people here that are watching us too. We got people all over watching that probably never been to the Comedy Store, but the history of this type of place is great. Do you know, Eleanor, the first time I've been to the Comedy Store was when I met you. The first time when I went there to meet you,
that was
Amber
your first
and I.
Time there?
I lived in LA, never been to the Comedy Store my whole life. That was the first time I was ever in the Comedy Store. And at the time, I was like walking around like, this is incredible. And I remember going with Earl sitting in I guess it's the Joe Rogan. I don't know. In the back, there's like a room over downstairs. I don't know if it's
VIP bar.
The VIP bar. And thinking this is like history. Because I get geeked out. I totally geek out with old Hollywood stuff. Love it. I love all that stuff. I love old time Hollywood. I'm a big Abbott and Costello fan, Laurel and Hardy, just the way the strip was, Dean Martin when he had Dino. I'm all into that.
So was Mitzi. Yep.
Yeah,
and loved it.
Just the charm, and Sunset Strip is changing so much now. It saddens me. It does.
I hope we don't lose the club. I don't know what'll come. Whatever, but I know that would be a big loss. It
would be. Yeah,
for me especially. I'm a store lover. Andrew and I argue over it all the time and he's right to an extent. It's just a place to work. Try not to get attached. But I was already attached.
I'm with you because he doesn't get attached really like I do. Because I'll talk to him. We'll talk.
It's healthier what he does.
I guess it is because we'll talk about situations. I'm like, well, he goes, what are you worried about? Are they worried about you? I'm like, well,
exactly.
And then he starts giving me a hard time. I go, but he goes, you understand? They're not worried about you. So and then I call him. I go, do you understand? Then I'll text him. Do you understand me? Do you understand? And I'll bust his shots.
And he'll say no. I don't.
I go.
It makes sense to him.
I understand. And then I just it's like who's on first, and then it's just I have an attachment to things, history, old like places like that. Today I was walking somewhere with my wife. I go, oh my God, this is a piece of steel, and this was from I guess important from the Twin Towers. I go, but I'll stare at it, and I'll get deep with the history. Or if I'm in London, this is where the Stones used to live. I get all geeked out with stuff like that.
That's amazing.
But I'm not a hoarder. I try to throw everything away. That's the other thing. I try to toss everything away.
I try not to collect. I have little things like things Mitzi's given me over the years.
But you're not going to get rid of.
Comedy Store, but our good friend, unfortunately, our friend that was talking about the pianist that passed away, Jeff Scott, he collected all that, and so the wait staff and the managers of the store are trying to get all his stuff together and do something with it because he literally collected from Ciro's, from when Art LeBeau ran the main room. He had his big nightclub out of there. It has so much history, and Jeff kept all that stuff. So right now they're trying to put it together and make some kind of tribute or something somehow.
There's not much around in Hollywood anymore. I mean, you have the troubadour of the clubs still,
people don't tend to care. They don't give a shit. They're just like, yeah, whatever. It became a thing. I think they got in trouble. I don't remember if it was TikTok or Instagram. I don't know. One of those where people were going to Auschwitz and taking pictures the fuck are you doing? You got no respect? And they got in a lot of trouble or whatever. I don't remember what happened, but to me, I'm thinking okay, they get in trouble, but really that's so disrespectful. I don't care if they got in trouble or they didn't, but how do you live with yourself?
No.
That's disgusting.
How do you, you're right. I don't
get to trample over things because they think they're raised to think they're better than whatever was before them, and nothing could be better after them.
It's a whole nother world now. Now it really became back in our day. We became, and I say that all the time. Back in our day, it's a whole different world. It's a whole.
But I will say, like, I have a nephew, and I don't know if it's because his parents are older. Like, he's an oops baby. He's 9 years old. Over the pandemic and with all the closures and everything, because at 9 to be stuck inside is a nightmare. And so he got obsessed with YouTube. Yeah. And he loves basketball. He loves football and basketball. So he would call me up and be like, Annelle, do you know who Will Chamberlain is? I'm like, yeah. And he went to, my mom went to school. Her school played against Will Chamberlain. Really? So and then he dives in, and then he'll call, this one, that one. And then he does the same thing. Like, he knows every player, every stat, all the way back from the beginning, because he loves the history. Did you know that? Like, and he goes back. So I'm like hoping that comes back in the younger generation. And again, I think it depends on your parents and how they, because when he says something like that to my brother Billy, who we're Irish twins, we're the same age. Like, Billy's like, yeah, that's our thing, like he gets him excited.
That's right. That's right.
But he does. He'll say, this used to be, and then whatever it is, he'll be excited and proud and respectful of it.
Yeah.
Which I kind of like.
I do too. I like that too. Look at Randy over here. Eleanor, besides yourself, who's your favorite female comedian?
Oh, Judy Gold, the great Judy Gold, one of my absolute favorites. I get this question a lot, and I always say Judy Gold because she's my top dog. Male or female, doesn't matter. Judy made me laugh. I don't know if you know who she is.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with her myself.
Oh, you're gross. So
tell me. I just learned who Ari is today, so tell me. I don't. Come on.
It is a plethora of Jews.
I know. I should know.
The Judy's another Jew, but she spells her name Jewdy. Judy. Judy. As a goof. Yeah. So, because she's obnoxious, like, she's loud, abrasive. When I first started at the Comedy Store, she was on Margaret Cho's show. They had the All American Girl or something like that. Yeah. So Judy, she was a New Yorker, but she was staying in LA because she was getting work on sitcoms. And in the 90s, that was a big deal. Now it doesn't matter, whatever. But back then it was a big deal. So Judy was doing every night. She would make me laugh so hard. I would have tears streaming down my face because I'd never heard of her. I had no idea who she was. I was 21 years old, and I was just like, who the fuck is this? She's 6'3". Wow. She's absolutely hilarious. A couple of my favorite jokes. I mean, I have a million of Judy jokes, but there was this one night, there was this big cowboy sitting in the front row, had a big hat, the whole thing. And it was Rosh Hashanah. And she goes, do you know, oh no, it was Yom Kippur. And she goes, do you know what Yom Kippur is? And the guy just looked at her like, he's got shit on his boots. God bless him.
The cowboy over there, a Jewish cowboy.
Goes, that's when your boss doesn't come to work. I don't know why, it just leveled me. Yeah, Judith, where are you? Did you fall down?
That's great.
She used to do her mother calling her and leaving her messages, like if they would get cut off. And so her mother would go, Judith, where are you? Did you fall down? And she would play them. I would cry laughing.
Judy Gold. It's funny. Haven't heard from her in a while. JB is saying over here.
She's out of control. She just put out a book that I think she tried to interview Andrew for, but she interviewed me, and then she goes, can I use that? Oh, she couldn't get Andrew? She couldn't get Andrew to do it, or what? I forget what it was, but Andrew was he was either filming or something. I forget, but it was something, and he loves her. Yeah. And he would get annoyed with me because people would say, who's your favorite comic? As I'm sitting with Dice, like, that's great. And I would say Judy Gold, I also, I think Sarah Silverman's great. Some newer, younger, or not younger, but like my level-ish, if you will. They've been around for a while, but Laurie Kilmartin is phenomenal. Deborah DiGiovanni is outstanding. Like, and they're not like super famous, but I work with them all the time. Yeah. Annie Letterman. Oh my God, Annie. Now, who's in the picture here? Who do we got here in this photo? Oh, that's Corey and Chad. This is in Nashville at dang, that's Chris DePetta. That's his club. That's his son. Corey and Chad are the twins. We did the Blue Show with them, me and Dice.
Okay.
And the young gentleman in the front with the plaid, he probably was on the show, but I can't remember his name.
He's like the Happy Days guy. It's Richie Cunningham's brother. They forget the name.
I can't see it, but the gentleman in the back with the gray beard and mustache and the denim dark-haired boy, the father and son. That's Chris DePetta, and his son's an actor and a comic, and he's great.
See,
they own Nashville. The hell's the name of the club? It's huge.
Don't say
Punchline.
Punchline. Okay, I almost had to edit that out. Eleanor's making me edit things out over here.
Dang,
okay,
don't edit.
I know. I'm not editing. I'm too lazy. I get a copyright strike. Really quick, Eleanor, you got to tell everybody where you're performing. What is the next show you're performing? The big show.
I'm in LA for a little bit, so I'll be doing a couple shows with my friend Tammy Jo Deeren at the Asphalt Comedy. It's a drive-in, and it's so.
Wait, it's drive-in?
Yeah, at the Magic Castle, which is another historic LA thing.
Yeah.
So I think the 29th. I don't have a calendar in front of me. Not this week. Next weekend. Not this weekend. Next weekend. It's the 29th, right? Yeah. So the 29th that weekend. February 6th, you could go to Asphalt Comedy and for Magic Castle.
It'll all be there.
It's all on there.
It's all on your link. I'm not going to hockey china. It's all on the link. It'll be on your website, right there.
Yeah. And then with Andrew, we'll be in Florida. I can't think of the name of that theater because I'm an idiot, but Soul Joel's, we added a show.
You added it.
We added we have Governor. So Governors, you can, wherever you are in the country, you can get tickets to. Also in March, I'm at House of Comedy, March 4th and March 7th. And then I'll be there on the 5th and 6th with Andrew.
What about I'm
headlining on the 4th and the 7th and then featuring for him.
What about merch and all that stuff? Do you have an Eleanor shirt or anything like that?
I don't.
You don't?
I'm going to start. I'm a terrible
person.
You
need to do this.
I need somebody that can help. Who can help?
I have somebody that can help you.
What happened to Dr. Detroit? Is he coming over?
I have somebody who can help you with all that stuff. You know what? The guy that's helping me with the overlays, I'm not supposed to even say who it is, but I'm going to say something right now.
Is he single?
He's not single, but he's very close. He's very close to a musician that you love. When you were a little girl, Eleanor, this is your life. There's a musician that's
Alice Cooper.
You loved Alice Cooper, right?
You
loved Alice Cooper.
It's like a love fear, but love.
Yeah.
Overall, I would say love. Like I said, I have 9 brothers and sisters. I'm number 8.
Yeah.
So there's 2 under me, and we grew up in this 3-bedroom row home where my older brother Tommy and Karen were the top 2. They were 1 and 2, and whatever music they liked, we had to deal with. So even though Tommy's 12 years older than me, 11 years older than me, Karen's 10 years older than me, we had to deal with what they were listening to. So I know every Alice Cooper, every David Bowie, every Donna Summer, every Supremes.
Great.
That's what they would listen to. But Alice Cooper, my mom and dad would go out and they would put these idiots in charge of us. And they put us to bed. We had a triple bunk bed, a double bunk bed, a single bed, and a mattress that pulled out. That was our room. Me and my 6 brothers. And Karen and Tommy would act out Alice Cooper's Welcome to My Nightmare with makeup and put us to bed. That was our lullabies. I knew the lyrics to Only Women Bleed at 4.
How cool is that? Look at what the Colonel said.
Not cool. That's terrifying.
It's so cool. Look at the Colonel said.
I went to bed till I was 18. Everybody's like, what's wrong with her? Yeah, she has a nervous condition.
Do you know what's funny? I made a thumbnail and I almost put Only Women Bleed, but then I go, well, Eleanor might get mad at me because she might. So then I was sitting there for 10 in this chair, sitting last night, 10, 15 minutes, fighting with myself. Should I? Shouldn't I? Should I? Shouldn't I? I go, then she's going to get mad at me.
No, I literally am so obsessed with Alice Cooper. And then my niece, because we just passed this on, my sister Karen's daughter, I think she was 6 and something like that, 6 or 7. She was dressed as Alice Cooper from the Welcome to My Nightmare album, you know, where he's got the top hat, and the makeup and the hair. She dressed like that. The picture's online. Her name's Alexa Santee, and she knew all the lyrics. She could do the monologue verbatim that Vincent Price does in the middle of the song about Iraq.
So cool.
It's Welcome to My Nightmare when they're talking about the spiders.
The spiders.
Good
so
evening. Good. Oh my God, it's the scariest thing.
So cool. The guy that's helping me, I can't say his name because my best friend, my best friend plays guitar for Alice Cooper. But the problem is we're rivals with each other because he has a show
and you don't.
No, and I have a show, but except his is boring because he has no personality. But he's my best friend. But I'm going to help him out, and we're going to do something together. We used to be in a band together and all this stuff. But anyway, his guy is helping me out doing the graphics, but they're not supposed to know because it might cause conflict. So you didn't hear it from here.
Well, don't cause conflict, idiot.
I like cause conflict. You got a guy going to Dice's house, going through his drawers looking for personal.
He got kicked. He got banned.
You don't see me. Look at that guy. That's the face of conflict right there. This is the face that everybody wants to be friends with.
He got banned.
Dice would love to have me at his house. That guy, no, me, I'm welcome.
Also, check out the Blue Show. Like, I know it's old, but we had so much fun doing that. And Dice was the host, and he picked 5 people to do it. Corey and Chad, who were in that picture that they just showed, very funny comics, twin comics, filthy, amazing, funny though. And it's called The Blue Show on Showtime.
On Showtime.
It's online now.
It's online. I'm going to put a link for over here for people to see it. My
Bill Burr thing's up too. Last year, this time, was it? Yeah, last year, January 25th, my The Ringers with Bill Burr came out. So that was fun.
So Dice, wait, he would pick the comics to be on that show, Dice? Was
the Blue Show.
Yeah, the Blue Show. He was picking the. Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's me. It's Wheels Parisi. It's Corey and Chad, Jason Rouse, who's also crazy funny, Steve Wilson.
There it is, the Blue
funny.
Show.
Yeah,
right here. Look at that.
Oh yeah, Eric Myers. Oh my God, I'm forgetting everybody.
Look at that. That's cool.
So much fun. And
I will put a clip. I'll put a clip. Look how professional this show is. Do you think Zoom has this, Eleanor? Look what I'm bringing you. Crackles and everything.
Because I'm getting a phone call. I told you.
It's okay. It's okay. It's that time for you to get going. Look. I got crackles, Snapple, and Pops. Look at this. You look good.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph. When I was little, I would fall asleep and my forehead's so big, my brothers would write Marlboro on there. They said
come on, really? Really?
Yeah. They said it was a billboard and it should be on the 95. When I'm driving to Jersey, I should see what's on.
They would write on your phone. Did they really? That's great. How could you not wake up? You were a deep sleeper, huh?
Oh yeah. People always say that to me. They're like, "Oh, you had a lot of brothers. You shared a room with 6 boys. Did you get molested?" I'm like, "How would I know? I'm a heavy sleeper."
This is why you're a good comic, because you grew up with all the boys. I
don't get offended by shit. Like,
you don't get offended.
People write to me. They're like, "You're ugly." I'm like, "Okay, what the fuck you want me to do?"
Are you kidding me?
I didn't pick it.
Eleanor, you're probably going to get a bunch of guys right into your IG account saying, "I saw you on Stephen's show."
With his,
he's in here. Detroit, Mr. Oz, can you pull up Dr. Detroit's comment up here? Thanks for coming on, Eleanor. Everybody, give Eleanor a round of applause for being here tonight. Put up the comments. Let her see them.
Why am I clapping?
Look, there he is. Robbie Detroit. Gotta love the Detroit guys. You see this guy?
Detroit guys.
Look, Alice is from Detroit.
I like a little edge.
A little edge.
I don't mind a prison sentence. I've had a couple of, those.
Okay. Look at this.
I like I'm single. What's up? I don't know how to use Tinder, fucknut. So hit me up.
Do you answer your fan when they write to you? Do you
sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes?
I'm not good at sitting on the internet and answering
too
comments.
much.
But because sometimes I'll write something and people take it the wrong way. So I'm like, I don't want to fight with you.
No.
If you write something negative, I still like it. Like I will give it a like, because I don't care. You're interacting, and if you're angry and you just want to get it off your chest that my forehead's big or I have tic tac tits, whatever you want to say, I don't care.
Eleanor, will you come
They're
back?
minty.
let me listen, minty breast. That's good for the morning show. Hey, would you come back and host with me? Will you do another one? Will you come on to my show again?
As soon as you get rid of that crackle. Yeah.
I was feeling old man. I never had a crackle before in my life, and then all of a sudden you came and hocked me China, and something went on here. I don't know what it is, and I have a producer and everything.
Snap, crackled, and pumped.
You know, AH, such a beautiful guest. Yes, she is a beautiful person.
Thank
South
you.
Philly in the house.
My
And
mom bought me this.
let me see that shirt over there. Hold that up. Look at that. Just trying to look at her. You know, check it out. Amber, I'm checking out Eleanor. No, look at that. Look how great.
The buildings are down.
Hey, Eleanor, how is back east right now?
Oh, it's great. Like I said, I was home for 5 months. I started a gang between the ages of 9 and 13. We were having a blast.
Yeah.
I was playing football every day. I haven't thrown a football in a week. My arm's getting soft. I got to get back out there.
Get back into it.
Yeah, because my nephew had me running, boy. Like every day, we would go play with his friends at the playground across the street. We had a blast. And so now I kind of miss it. But, I mean, the back east is still the same. They still talk shit.
Your family, most of the family's back there, right?
Nobody left, just me.
Do you ever want to go back or no?
I would move. I would have moved back over the pandemic. I have no job, so I have a place here, and to get rid of it and try to get a place there. So I was just staying with my mom and kind of bouncing back and forth.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to try to stay here and finish some projects I've been working on and see what happens. If nothing happens, then I will probably go back east, just to be closer to them, you know.
Yeah.
And if we ever get out of this pandemic, I mean,
I hope we do.
Today is the thing, right? Inauguration.
It happened this morning. I don't even watch the news anymore.
I would never. Yeah. I mean, unless they're throwing a ball around.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
they're not going to get my attention.
That's it. You know what? We're going to get out of here. Hang out here 1 second, Eleanor. 1 second. Mr. Oz, we're going to get out of here. Everybody here in the chat, I want to thank you all for watching and loving. Eleanor, you want to say goodbye to anybody or whatnot?
Bye, Dr. Detroit. I'll see you on the other side.
Dr. Detroit, Eleanor loves you. You know, share this out, everybody. To everybody, you know, share it out. Usually we don't go on at this time. I mean, I usually do morning or nights, but Eleanor was special. And
special means retarded. That's not nice.
I'm gonna get called with a.
We're gonna get canceled.
I'm gonna get canceled. Oh my God!
Sorry, I can only be me. I'm on the spectrum.
Me too. You know what? I love you, and I'm so happy you're here. Hit the curtain. Hit the outro. We'll see you all tomorrow. Mr. Oz, take it away.